Hey guys, I'm RDiK, old school duelist, everyone call me, and welcome to my for real ban list video. So, if you guys didn't see, I did a video on the ban list last week. This video right here. I just kind of talked about the ban list, well, the current format and the meta and what I want to happen to the ban list. And if you can't tell, I'm normal me today, and I'm also off to the side. Why is there just a huge gap right here? Well, I'll tell you, because there's going to be cards over there, because we're just going to go through the ban list. So, to kind of start things off, I've already had a good look at the ban list, and I've, already got a general idea on what the first few weeks of the new format's going to be. And today, we're just going to go through card by card, and just so you guys know, the picture of the card will be over here. The first card up here is Dynamite, the True Draco Fighter. Now, obviously we're going to go in order, so we're going to start with the banned cards, the ones that are forbidden. Dynamite, the True Draco Fighter is an interesting card that I thought when it was banned, because I didn't expect it to get banned. I honestly thought I'd be seeing, Masterpiece is the first True Draco to ban, but seeing this banned is very, very interesting. It's very interesting. Yeah, so that really caught me off guard, mostly because, after a while, after I thought about it, it does search out a lot of your spells and traps, or it does search out your spells and traps, True Draco cards, so I can search out and activate, your, Apocalypse, which is just what is it? It's just a lot of disruption. It will half your attack of your opponent. So I thought that was okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. Plus it also gives them a tribute summon. So I'm like, wow. Now the next card on here is Grand Soil, the Elemental Lord. This card, for a second, I didn't understand why it was banned, but now after doing a little research, this card causes loops and causes zoo players to go off like a motherfucker. Which, wow. Which I'm like, okay. And then here's one that the first time I looked at the list, I didn't notice it. And I was like, okay, I can still play dinos. But after thinking about it and taking a second look at it, True King Lithosagem, the Disaster. Now, this card is a huge combo piece in Dino, so this card being banned is a huge deal. Because, yeah, Dinos still have so many other things, but with Lithosagem being banned, they can't go off with baby combos. Even one baby combo is very, very broken. So this being hit, Dinos are damn near extinct with this one card being hit. Next card is Denlong, the first of the Yang Zing. Definitely not a card I expected to be banned. I thought maybe it'd be hit to 1. But since it's banned, I'm like, oh my god, what? So that means that you can't even do like just Yang Zing dinos. Now Yang Zing dinos are out of the way, because this was a big Yang Zing dino play. It's annoying, because now my dino deck profile that I did last week is now kind of pointless. Good thing I did say that it was pre-September ban list. Next card is Digusto Emerald. Now this is a card debatable, honestly. It's really debatable whether or not this card should be banned or not. It's banned. I get it why it's banned, because it gave so many decks so many replays. Basically it's a walking pot of avarice or jar of avarice. But instead of five monsters or 5 cards, it's 3. So that's okay. I get it. I get it. I understand why it's banned, but at the same time I don't. and that's really annoying. Now the next two cards are two cards that I'm really happy that are fucking banned, and now that is Broad Bowl, Zodiac Broad Bowl, which is their main searcher of the deck, and they're set up the plays, and then Zodiac Dryden. I'm gonna put both of them next to each other over there, yeah, so that I'm excited because Broad Bowl and Dryden are, Broad Bowl is your setup monster for Zodiacs, and Dryden is your end monster for Zodiacs. So yeah, like that legit just like Zoo's dead. Now there's no other cards on the ban list, no spells or traps that were added, which means Barrage isn't banned, which I mean like with Zoo being dead and True Dracos slowing down, that's good. We can start entering a new format. Next we're moving on to Limited. Now this is where it got really interesting to me. Ignis Heat, the True Draco Warrior. Now this card is limited, so this searches out your monsters, which is, I'm almost positive, right? Yeah, it searches out your monsters. I'm almost positive it searches out your monsters. So with this card being limited, it slows True Draco down more, which is awesome. Now the next card is Miscellaneous, which I just hit the shit out of my microphone. Miscellaneous being limited, that just puts fucking dinos even more slower, because Miscellaneous is really important. It's really important. It's your banish to summon from deck. It's also your Fire True King target. So now you're only left with, now that Lithogasm's dead or banned, you can only play the water and the fire, and you don't play any waters in the deck unless you play, you know, that one normal monster. Yeah, that's the one that I'm not gonna. No, because we don't have, it's really bad to play Toad, so it's just, but Miscellaneous, you're not gonna waste your one Miscellaneous and your one Alio, the tuner, just to summon one monster. Like, no, I'm sorry, Miscellaneous needs to be sent from hand. Like, that's just how the deck plays. Now that's it. Like, that's it for Miscellaneous. Now with Lithostigem and Denlong being banned and Miscellaneous being put to 1, that really hits a lot of stuff in the deck alone. Like, that is like your big combo pieces. So and now moving on, we got Rat Pier at 1, which is just kind of like Dryden's ban, Broad Bowl's ban, Rat Pier's 1 at 1. The deck is basically dead. Broad Bowl or Barrage isn't banned. Next card on the list is Dark Hole. Dark Hole being put to 1 is really interesting to me, because now it's Raigeki at 1, Dark Hole at 1. So that's interesting. And Gateway of the 6 is now at 1. What's that mean? 6 Sams are now good. Like, they're not, I'm not gonna say they're crazy good, but they got hype. They have a new support card coming out, which is good. And now Gateway of the 6. Next card on the list is Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. That is at 1. So that's another mass board wipe. So now basically we have Dark Hole at 1, Raigeki at 1, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber at 1, the 3 spell cards for the main deck to drop and board wipe. Just wow. And now we have True King's Return at 1, which is just what? Not what, but like True Draco is insanely slow, because True King's Return special summons a True King or True Draco from graveyard, which is, yeah, that's really good card. So it's at 1, plus Ignis at 1, plus Dynamite ban. True Dracos are slow. They're still playable, yes, but they're really slow, which is just kind of like, and that's it for the limited. Moving on to a semi-limited. BLS, and at the beginning, Blacklisted Soldier is at 2. It's at 3 in the OCG, but it's at 2 in the TCG, which is, it's interesting. Like, it's not doing too much play, but it being at 1 or being at 2 just makes it, you know, maybe I can draw into it faster if I'm playing a Twilight deck or something like that. Luster Pendulum with the Draco Slayers at 2, which is understandable because pendulums are basically dead. They're not completely dead. They're still magicians are still somewhat playable. So Luster Pendulum being at 2 doesn't really affect too much. Mathematicians at 2, that really doesn't affect too much. Brionic's at 2 with the Brionic, the dragon, Brionic, Dragon of Ice Barrier, at 2. With its errata, that really doesn't make that much of a difference. TG Hyper Librarian being at 2, being synchros are kind of slowed down a lot because of the link format. So that really doesn't make that much difference. Brain Control being at 2 is interesting. It was limited, now it's at 2. That's really interesting. To me, honestly, I haven't seen much play of Brain Control, so it doesn't really bother me. Burial from a Different Dimension is at 2, which is amazing because I love that card. I love Burial from a Different Dimension. Quick play spell that you can target 3 banished monsters and 3 banished monsters and put them back in the graveyard. That is just amazing. I love that so much. El Shaddai Fusion's at 2. It was limited, but now it's at 2, which means we have Mathematician at 2 and El Shaddai Fusion at 2. That's really good. That's surprisingly really good. But again, I don't think Shaddals are going to get too much play because Construct is still banned. Thank God. Preparations of right or pre-preparations of rights at 2, which is awesome because now, I mean, you could play it in Blue Eyes. You could play your Broken Necros deck or your pieced together Necros deck. You got Angels, you got Vendreads. There's actually a lot of good ritual decks running around right now, but with pre-preparation rights at 2, that's actually really good. So I'm happy. I'm glad it's at 2. And that's it for the semi. Now on to the play set, or the 3 of the no longer on the list type of thing. Debris Dragons at 3. That doesn't make that much of a difference. I rarely see any play of it. We got Honest at 3, which is really, really interesting, and I'm going to take a quick second to talk about this. You got Honest at 3 because we have Trickstars out there. Now, we didn't see Incarnation get hit to 1 or a ban like in the OCG, but with Honest at 3, we have Twilights / Light Sworns. We have Trickstars. Then we have Counter Fairies. That's 3 really, really good light decks. Granted, Counter Fairies haven't gotten their support yet, so we're kind of just waiting around on that, which I'm waiting for. I want Counter Fairies. Trickstars, they're basically they're still at full power, so they're still good to play right now. And Honest at 3 is good. And then you have Light Swords, which never die. They never go away. Ah, god damn it. Then we have Rescue Cat at 3. That's the errated version. I don't really remember what the errated version does. Then we have Rescue Rabbit at 3, which is really interesting. So that makes World Chalice a little bit faster. That makes, I don't know why you'd play this, but Evil Swarms, that's really random to bring up, but that's the only 2 decks I can think of right now where Rescue Rabbit's good. Summoner Monk at 3, so that's interesting. Again, I don't really see too much play of Summoner Monk because heroes are dead. They're dead because of the link format. Witch of the Black Forest is at 3, which is really interesting because it's the errated version, so yeah. Charge of the Light Brigade. Light Sworns are now at full power. Honest at 3, Charge of the Light Brigade at 3. The deck is just good. The deck is just really good. We have Minerva, which is awesome. So yeah, play Light Sworns. Fucking play them. Dragon's Ravine's at 3. I really don't know what Dragon's Ravine at 3 can do to the format. I don't even see the card being played, honestly. And then last but not least, Wavering Eyes is at 3. With Pendulums being basically dead, except for Magicians, they're still somewhat playable. Wavering Eyes being played at 3, that doesn't really make that much of a difference. I don't think you'll ever get 3 or 4 effect. So that's interesting to me. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'll throw Magicians back together for locals or something just to see how they do. But, you know, that's it for the video. I know that's a really quick video. I'm just going to take a quick recap on what the format in the current state until Circuit Break comes out, where Spirals just start to top. Zoo is dead. They're just dead. I mean, like, now Zoo is now an engine with 3 Barrage, 1 Rat, I guess Ram and Thoroughblade, where you can play. If you just want to play Zoo, which Zoo is fucking dead and done, you can go for the Borbo OTK, which Borbo kind of can't OTK now. I mean, it can still OTK, but it can't OTK, if you catch my drift. So yeah, that's interesting to me. What else we got? We got True Draco. They're still playable. Yeah, they're still really playable. But they're basically dead. They're not basically dead. They're kind of you can win because we still have Diagram at 3. We still have Masterpiece at 3, which is insane. Because True Draco still have their big boss monster. They still have True King's Return at 1. They still have Apocalypse at 3, which you can't really search it out, so you kind of have to draw into it. Demise is still, Card of Demise is still at 3, and Pot of Desires is still at 3. And their draw power spell card, I can't remember. No, it starts with a H. Can't remember what it is, but their draw power is still at 3, which is kind of like they can still draw into their stuff, so that's still a thing. And they still have their boss monster and their big search card, their field card. That's still at 3. So True Dracos are still very much playable, yet they're really slow at the same time. So it's kind of like, So yeah, Dino, True King Dino, and even Yangzing True King Dino are dead. That's just dead. You can still play Dinos and just go into Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Or if you really still want to synchro summon, you can still go into what's that card? What is it? Chambara, Hyper Speedroid Chambara. So if that's really, if you still really want to play dinos, you still can, but they're extremely slow. And yeah, so I'm gonna be taking apart my dinos unless some crazy dino build comes up. So yeah, right now you kind of have Trickstars, slow True Draco, what is it? ABCs. They're now good, and that's really kind of the top 3 decks I can think of right now. Until Circuit Break comes out and Double Helix comes out for Spirals, which is going to be broken, and it's already topping in the OCG. So it's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now is in a state of it's Banlist season, so random decks are going to be popping up right now, and that's awesome. What is going on with my hair? It's like hardcore frizzing. But that's it for the video. I'm going to go get some food because it's 12:30 and I'm hungry. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching and or listening to this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my other videos and to the channel. And thank you, and have a wonderful, beautiful night, day, thing, or whatever.